Brandon Aiyuk hadn't tweeted for like 2 years and tweeted at Mike Tomlin that him and Mike look alike. Why is Brandon Aiyuk tweeting at the Steelers?
He's trolling, dude. This is what they do. This is what they do. It's what they do. They troll. Deebo Samuel did all that stuff.
Did Deebo tweet at teams?
No, but he was just, I mean.
Next question.
Yeah, Brandon Aiyuk's not going anywhere.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There was a report that said he will hold out if he doesn't get a new contract,
yeah, well,
quote-unquote Bosa style.
Yeah, of course.
Per the report.
They all do. You don't think that's coming?
They need him.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he has dominated.
Which is why the conversation we were having last week or 2 weeks ago about maybe trading one or the other, I'm like, no. Brock Purdy needs all the weapons. That's the thing. Brock Purdy wants to be a franchise quarterback? Well, go ahead and trade Brandon Aiyuk. Let's see Brock Purdy carry the offense. Let's be careful with that. Let's be careful with that.
I would say that everyone is available for the right price.
Right.
This particular player, I'm not sure anyone would meet the price that I deem to be. Like, if you got blown away, hey, we'll give you a first, a second, and a third, then I would consider it. I would consider it.
Deebo asked to be traded. Traded. Get me out of here.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that.
Aiyuk hasn't done anything like that.
Matt Barrows wrote an article, and the Niners did field calls during the draft from multiple teams, the Jets being one of them, and they did weigh their options about Deebo Samuel, about whether or not to trade him. It did go down the road. Now, there wasn't a big dead cap hit like there currently would be attached to his number, but there was some similarities. There were some similarities. Now, he held in. Deebo came to camp.
But he demanded to be traded.
Yes.
He demanded to be traded. And that was a real thing. And for the 49ers, it is smart business to fill calls. Why not?
Yeah, why would you get a king's ransom?
Hey, why not?
Yeah, I agree.
Phone. But damn, don't do that. I'm not trying to give away my number one wide receiver, who was 7th in the league in receiving yards in a run-first offense, who averaged the most yards per catch in the league. No, I don't want Aiyuk gone. This is silliness.
What's the price tag where you would start to consider it?
Multiple first-round picks, maybe.
Multiple. Well, Devontae didn't get multiple firsts. Wow,
no, he didn't. I'm running back this offense. Let's go to Jeremiah Fremont. Jeremiah Fremont, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's up, Bonte? What's up, Joe? What's up, the whole Bay Area? I just want to say the best part of waking up is morning roast in your cup.
I love it.
And I'm just overfull with joy, overfull with happiness, man. It's a beautiful day out here in the Bay Area. We got baseball starting up soon. And you know what? We got 95-7 the game to keep us in tune, man. And I just want to say today to everybody in the Bay Area, today's a good day to have a great day. Make sure you do it.
Wow. We need more Jeremiahs in this world. We need more Jeremiahs in this world. Can you play that little jingle he just gave us? It was so good.
Did you see your phone? Steiny's like, get this optimistic person out of here and flush him. I'm teasing. That was awesome.
It was awesome. Where's that sound? I got to hear that again. I have to hear that again. When do you guys get it ready? Brandon Aiyuk. So I'm looking at Xavier. What's up, Xavier? We met him a couple times at the Summit.
Yes.
What up, Xavier? I know his cousin Isaiah. We used to work the door at Bubble Lounge together.
Oh.
Aiyuk ain't Jay Jetta, Bonte, and Jay Jetta is Justin Jefferson. I get all that. But I'm not trying to give away weapons. When we walked out the Super Bowl saying, damn, it would have been nice to have one more weapon in the pass game.
I mean, that's for sure.
And don't you want to surround Brock Purdy with all the talent in the world? Why would you be trying to give away a playmaker who, again, was 7th in the league in receiving yards and had the 37th most targets out of all these eligible receivers? I'm not into giving away playmakers.
I think the only reason that you would is financial flexibility and draft capital where you think you could restock the cupboard on multiple positions. Like that's the only it's not a you're better today at that position, but maybe I can be better over 3 positions and give myself some financial flexibility.
That's a real thing.
But I don't know. Like I feel like the cap is so unknown. He is one of their best players. Will we all agree?
Right.
You don't get rid of one of your best players unless it's financially driven or compensation driven. And even then, again, I've got to be blown away. And to me, blown away is first, second, third over the next 2 years.
Now, we did hear from Mia O'Brien. I follow her on Twitter now. And I guess the Jaguars Aiyuk news is kind of dead. lost some of his sizzle. The whole Pittsburgh thing, I guess he was at a Pittsburgh airport. Why did he go to Pittsburgh? What's in Pittsburgh?
Could the Niners have said, like, go out there and try to explore? Because, like, A.J. Brown thing, he kind of knew on the under, hey, we're trading you. Go out and explore where your extension could be so that the trade goes down because the team's not going to forfeit the draft capital if they don't know that you want to sign with them. So I don't know. But I think he's too good of a fit right now for just everything that they want to do. Compete now, help the quarterback, Shanahan's system, pick whatever, algorithm you want to make. Like, the guy is a ball player.
Why would somebody go to Pittsburgh? The Pirates aren't playing. Is he a hockey fan? Is Brandon Aiyuk?
He's from Nevada.
Is he a big Sidney Crosby fan?
They stink this year at Penguins.
They do stink. Penguins are terrible. They're getting older. Malkin. Look at me. My Pittsburgh
Chris
Letang. Chris Letang.
You know who used to own the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Mario Lemieux. Or he still does, I think.
The DeBartolo family.
Yeah, I know.
The best part of waking up is morning roast in your cup.
I love that.
That was good. That was good.
So you think this is all leverage play by Brandon Aiyuk's
absolutely
point of view?
Absolutely. But I mean, are Niner fans warming up to the idea of just exploring a trade for him?
So I was at church on Sunday, and Rich Hunt, who's a nice police officer here in San Francisco, says to me, there's no way we could trade Aiyuk, right? They're keeping Aiyuk. I don't know. He's like, dude, we got to keep Aiyuk. Like, there are a lot of people that are very concerned about whether Brandon Aiyuk is going to stay or not.
Yeah, I got to keep him. And if there's a receiver to trade, I don't want to trade none of these guys. I really don't. I don't even want to entertain that. Till it happens, and if it happens, then we'll go from there. Uncle Looney, Deontay Johnson got traded to Carolina, so it makes sense for Pittsburgh to go out there. Aiyuk, that's from Uncle Looney. Sure, if Aiyuk's out there, a lot of teams in the league, that tells you how good he is. That kind of tells you, right? How good Brandon Aiyuk is. If all these teams are lined up saying, we would love to have Brandon Aiyuk. And we had B. O'Brien on versus the Jacksonville flagship station down there in Jacksonville Sports Radio. Or was it the radio network? And she said he would come here and be the number one.
So Pittsburgh outspends the Steelers, at least as of last year. They outspent everyone on defense in the whole league. They spend more money on defense than anyone in the whole league by $30 million. They are a defensive-driven organization and have been for a long time. Even though they have tremendous playmakers on offense, it feels like all the time. And I think with this salary cap, minimal hit of Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, they're saying to themselves, now's the time to swing on offense and to get a playmaker out there if we're not going to pay the quarterback. So it makes sense from their perspective, but how does it make sense for the Niners?
It doesn't make sense to the Niners for me. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
And I don't like him sitting out. And let's just say, hypothetically, he doesn't get paid till second week of August. I don't want him and Brock Purdy to not throw a football together for 5-6 months. Like, I want them to be working in the backyard.
That's the other thing.
On the field, going through it. Like, synergy and reps, all the things that Brock couldn't do last year in the offseason. Don't you want him to build on what they did this year and continue that rapport?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even want to entertain this because I don't know if it has any legs. I don't know the validity of it. It just all seems like speculation. That's what it is. And I'm not going to speculate anymore on whether or not the Niners are going to keep Brandon Aiyuk. I'm going to wait and see if they do keep Brandon Aiyuk. I just don't think it makes sense to look to explore trading playmakers when you have a decision in another year on whether or not you want to pay Brock Purdy a lot of money at the quarterback position. I need to see Brock Purdy with the full complement of weapons and see what he does in his second full season. I think he'll build off the last season, but I'm not trying to take away playmakers from a guy going into his second full season. I know it's his third year in the league. I'm not with that. We saw what happened in the Super Bowl. Deebo Samuel had 11 targets for 3 catches. The deep downfield passing game was non-existent. We're like, man, Jawan Jennings, like they need more weapons on the outside. But I'm not trying to trade away, again, a playmaker who was a second-team member of the All-Pro team. Second-team All-Pro.
Has there been one move for the Niners, for another team, that changes the hierarchy of where you have the Niners in the NFC?
Yeah, trading away Brandon Aiyuk.
That would do it?
Yeah, it would. I would. And you could make the argument that Philly, Detroit are right there with the 49ers.
Like the Barkley acquisition.
You trade Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm questioning whether or not you can win the NFC West. I think he's that important to your team.
I think there's an argument to be made. The Aaron Donald move right now as a retirement is one of the biggest moves in the NFC, but I still kind of believe in the Rams.
I do too.
Right? And then the Barkley move, I think, is a huge move for Philadelphia. Absolutely a huge move for Philadelphia. And we'll see about their coordinators. Trading Brandon Aiyuk would be as big as the Barkley acquisition was for Philly, wouldn't it? It would change, because that changes who they are on offense.
You don't beat Philly. You don't beat Detroit. You may not beat Green Bay.
I feel like I'm sleeping on Detroit, too.
Chicago, they're going to get Caleb Williams, and he's going into a perfect situation. That defense is already ready to roll. That's a playoff-level defense in Chicago. All they need is a little bit of offense, and they're back in the playoffs. You trade away Brandon Aiyuk, and I don't think the Niners can win the NFC West without Brandon Aiyuk. I think you come back to the pack, you put a lot more pressure on Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Christian McCaffrey seeing a lot more dudes in the box, and all of a sudden they're tailoring their defense and said, we take away 23, we win. Because we don't respect what they have on the outside, like Kansas City.
Did you see the Chase Young sign with the New Orleans Saints?
And it already has a neck injury.
Already having surgery.
Well, that's the crazy part. As we speak about Brandon Aiyuk, I've heard nobody say anything about Chase Young. So I remember the Monday morning after they beat the Jaguars, and I came from Las Vegas, and people were ready to back up the Brinks truck off of one game. And I was like, hold on, you're gonna pay Young over Chase Young just did not work out.
They might not pay either, sounds like.
So they're gonna void that contract? They could, right?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what'll end up happening? I have no idea what the guarantees are in that one. Right. How the Saints continue to sign people being $7 billion over the cap every year is the most baffling math.
I want to get your thoughts